Hi everyone, it's Chaos Magpie's YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. And today I'm going to be doing my footy tips for this week. Now, if you're returning Magpies, please like and comment. If you're new to the channel and you like the videos I'm making for the first time, like, comment and subscribe. Now today I posted up a photo on my Facebook that I had a bet with a friend of mine who, if Carlton won, I had to wear a Carlton scarf, but if Collingwood won, he had to wear a Collingwood scarf, and that was pretty funny. But today I'm going to be doing my round 3 tips for the AFL season. Tips and preview, so let's jump straight into it and let's get over and done with. So originally Brisbane was supposed to play my boys up at the Gabba, but that got moved to Marvel Stadium, so it's our home game for that. I've got Collingwood winning by 15 points. I think it's going to be a very interesting game. Brisbane Lions are 0-2. They want to bounce back, but I think we'll beat them. I don't think they've got the, Joe Danaher and the way they have to try and play sometimes. I reckon it might suit us a little bit more. So I think with that, defence is more equipped to handle the Brisbane Lions. Forward line, so how I went about it. As well, now, next game, Good Friday, so there's 2 games, as well, North Melbourne versus Western Bulldogs, at Marvel Stadium. Now, North Melbourne, they're struggling a lot more. I'm going to say Western Bulldogs by 30 points. I think it's going to be a 5-goal blowout, potentially more. Other than that, I think it's going to be a real tight game. The next one is Port Adelaide versus West Coast Eagles at the Adelaide Oval. Now, these 2 teams, they play against, a lot of close ones, like Mitch McGovern, or Jeremy McGovern has a kick after the siren to win the game back in 2018. Obviously, in that final, that Luke Shuey got a high tackle, which questionable. Nothing for that. I'm gonna say, for the bottom of my heart here, I'm gonna say West Coast by 5 points. I'm not discrediting Port, they've played well, but look who they've been. They've been North Melbourne, who shot up for the first quarter and were shit. And let's be honest, they beat up on the Essendon team, which you probably would expect on that. So for that, I'm going to say West Coast, based on how they played as well. Also, Richmond versus Sydney Swans. Now, I have picked Richmond. I'm going to say Richmond by Richmond by 18 points. I think Richmond are a good team. They're starting to perform well. They've hit the straps a little bit. Wasn't the best game of footy that they played against Hawthorn. That's what I've heard in that third quarter in particular. But other than that, I really think that these teams that they're playing, one of them's going to be 2-1. I just think now it's going to be the Tigers. St Kilda Essendon versus St Kilda. On top of that, I'm going to say St Kilda by 40 points. To me, St Kilda were disappointed. in that performance against Melbourne. It's a match that they probably should win, but other than that, it is what it is, really. Carlton versus Fremantle. Well, this game, I'm just going to do a preview out of this, because, Carlton fans need to be up and about. And, yeah, do I feel sorry for Carlton? Yes, I do. I really do. They do have a couple forwards that are out, so probably doesn't suit them that much at all. But I really think that we're going to see these two teams go at it. Fremantle showed the reason why that they bounce back from disappointment losses. But they will be without Nathan Fyfe for 12 days. So I think, in hindsight, Carlton needs to come out and show something, and I think they will, because they've got a good record against Fremantle Dockers as well, especially in Perth, where they've won twice. Mark Murphy, banana goal, and Jack Nunes to kick after siren. So I'm going to go for Carlton, and they better show me something, because I trust Carlton more at Marvel than I do with Fremantle. I think that's going to be an interesting game. I think Carlton by 7 points for me really shows on what they're about, because they want to play really good footy, they want to go in hard, they want to go in tough. So I feel that if Carlton can win a tight game, they might get this season back on track. I don't want to see Carlton struggling, guys. Blue board, primary North, mate. I don't know what you guys are going to do. Carlton head up 0-3. I just think that Fremantle can play their brand of footy, and they play it better than what probably Carlton can do. But I think with Carlton, I think you see a different attitude this week. I think you see that David Teague's under a lot of pressure. So the players, the coaching staff will be under a lot of pressure. And I really do believe and feel that Carlton can actually show something and stand up and perform. And I think they got to. They want to play finals. These are the sort of games they're going to have to start winning. Do we classify Richmond and Collingwood are a good team? Yeah, I certainly do think that. But other than that, they're good teams that you probably want to try and beat. You don't want to build up for just one game, but you want to keep building them up for more than one game. And I think for now, Carlton should get the job done, realistically. GWS versus Melbourne. Now, this game is an interesting one because Collingwood's got GWS next on Saturday night. So, to me, that tells me something that I'll be watching. Now, GWS has struggled. They had a really close game against St Kilda. But in my opinion, the game against Fremantle wasn't a great game at all. Fremantle probably deserved to win, and you give them all the credit in the world. But the inaccuracy, I think, of both teams, the skills of the Giants, I think it's been poor. And I think it needs to be recognised straight away. Melbourne had a good win. Simple as that. I don't think that you see more out of Melbourne than anything else. But I think for me, Melbourne by 16 points, I think they might do it in Canberra. GWS does have a good record down in Canberra as well. I think Melbourne, with the way that Stephen May's performing now, you got Max Gawn, who's prepared to push back in defence, Christian Petrarca, Tom McDonald. The way that Melbourne's forward line is at the moment, their quick ball movement, it's really starting to benefit them. The way that they play, and they can choke down the defence of the opposition. So 16 points Melbourne. I think that's a really good one as well. And a couple more that I do have to mention. Geelong versus Hawthorn. I know Adelaide's playing Gold Coast Suns. I'll get to that one. This one is a real crucial game. Geelong versus Hawthorn, Easter Monday. This is the biggest clash that you get in front of MCG. 75% capacity. So you might get 75,000, 70,000. You normally get about 80,000 more. How's Isaac Smith is going to feel playing against his old team? Simple as that. He's a 3-time premiership player. Wanted to go. But I'm pretty sure there'll be Hawthorn fans booing him as soon that he gets a touch. So I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. It's all a matter of when that's going to be. But I think Geelong will win by... normally it's a close game. I'm going to say Geelong by 25. I just think now I don't see enough out of on what I do know with Hawthorn. They were pretty poor, to be honest. Against Richmond, the first half Richmond played pretty well and they made a lot of mistakes. I do like what Geelong have done, what Hawthorn done, the youngster who goes at it. Really impressed by him. Yes, he has a different skin colour, but I just think he's going to be great. And what he tried to do to Dusty Martin, I think that's just great. Like, the don't argue on Dusty, I think was really good. So I think 25 points. Could be a close game, but just think now that Geelong are getting old, I think this is the last chance of winning the premiership. And Adelaide versus the Gold Coast Suns. Look, the situation in Queensland isn't great. Let's be honest, they had, I think, 8 new cases today. But I think the way that the Gold Coast Suns are playing, they showed something. They really did. They stood up against North Melbourne and they beat a team that they probably should be beating. I'm going to say Adelaide by 10 points. I think that's what it is. But this game is a game where they have to win. And if they want to play finals, they're going to have to start winning. So I did build up Carlton and Fremantle a little bit by putting the pressure and heat back onto them. I trust Carlton to get the job done. So, Palmer Knowles, Blue Board, if you guys are watching this, please let me know what you think with that. Just think it's going to be a real close game. I'm pretty sure I said 7 points. But I do feel that this type of game should mean something for you guys, because I don't want to see Carlton down and not making finals. I want to see Carlton making finals and winning games of football. And for me to want to hate them, did the same. I did want to see Richmond win the grand final because I felt sorry for them. And now that they've won 3, it's like, you can't have a team down for so long. Eventually they're going to have to start winning one. Same with the Western Bulldogs. But it's all about how you enjoy your football. And if we see that coming up, I think it will be an interesting battle for them. So, look, let's all get around Carlton this week. Let's get them up and about. Let's get them to start winning and playing finals footy for this year. All the best for Carlton. Nothing but love and praise for him at the moment. If I have to put down on what's happening, I think it's the game plan that might be an issue for Carlton. I just think that the Russian, the run and gun through half back, which is Adam Sard, at times it works, but the times where it doesn't. And I don't think that David Teague is hard enough as a coach to really go, right, we need to make a move. We need to put Kritz forward. We need to slow the game down a little bit. There should be messages coming out saying, all right, boys, let's just slow the game down. It happened too often. I think Brian Taylor does admit to say this as well. Slow the game down. Take the speed off the game a little bit. And then that way, you're able to be patient when you go forward. And I think it's the 4-1 that is an issue as well. That's going to get sorted out, hopefully this week by selection. And I want to see something from Carlton. I want to see Carlton proving everybody in the football world to actually say, right, we belong here. And we know this. So, I hope you guys do like the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your neighbours, go the Pies. Fuck me, man. As much as I like to embarrass my mates a little bit when it comes to Carlton, but I can have a serious conversation. I want to see them play finals, like I said. And until next time, I'm out.